hello to everybody who has arrived here for the live stream while I rub my prodigious, big, fat, glorious nose. All right, so what's up? Johnny, Habanero, Gianna, Kentucky, Nick, Synthetic, Zen, King, Shoryo, DJ Longhair, Nick, Black Wyvern, Spider Mag, Clayton, Patrick, Joey, Jess, Iceman, Church, Langin, Angelo, Kitsune, Shelton, Goobat, Beefquake, Nightingale, Gerthulu, Yup, Demon Wheel, Tookie, and Burrito. Hello to all of you, anybody that I missed during that, and to all assembled lurkers who are hanging out in the back, just sitting with some slack. Maybe not wearing slacks. I don't know. I tain't worrying about that. So, we're here today to talk about Magic. Getting in, getting out, what are you going to do? All that kind of stuff. Now, because the internet is an absolutely absurd place and people are ridiculous, and even though all my live stream descriptions say these are for entertainment purposes and information can be outdated, inaccurate, all this kind of stuff, some people seem to think like if you talk about anything at all about selling your Magic cards that you're like giving financial advice. So let's be very clear. So I this internet thing where everybody has to say it and you go, why do you have to say that on the internet? For the same reason that they have to write on the side of batteries for people not to drink the inside of batteries. People are dumb. People are stupid. So yeah, I'm an internet entertainer guy, comedian who's here to have fun but also talk about what's going on with Magic. But I'm not your financial advisor because you don't pay me for financial advice. Also, if you did pay me for financial advice, that would be unwise. I'm not educated in financial matters, right? So think about that. I can't do all the good doctor stuff. Like if you need a new lung, I can't do that either. Anyways, I want to see, I know some people said some stuff about selling their stuffs right here at the beginning of the chat, right? Gianna says, I'm slowly selling my high dollar stuff piece by piece before the price drops. So the conversation is framed around the concept of, is it right at this moment to be exiting Magic and selling off your collection? Is it going to work for you as an individual? We're going to talk about my situation. I'm going to talk about other people's situations, and I'm going to give you the framework that I think that you can use to sort out whether it's time for you to bounce out or not, right? So Gianna, getting rid of your high dollar stuff piece by piece before the price drops feels like a smart move on my side here, because Wizards of the Coast has strongly signaled their intentions to pillage the secondary market for every dollar they can grab, right? So if you think that money's going to sit in your high value cards, it's extremely unlikely. That's relying on Wizards of the Coast to keep the game going and also not turn and start carving parts of that off for yourself, which is less and less likely as time goes by. Synthetic, you got another situation that's very valid for people where his LGS closed last February, thinking of selling off the bulk of the collection not currently indexed. I get that. For me, I had a whole bunch of Magic cards specifically because my job was to supply tons of people with cards, basically making sure the game store had all the cards it needed. It wasn't my store, but I was in charge of making sure all the Magic was supplied. So I ended up with a lot of Magic that at a certain point when I wasn't doing that for the store anymore, I went, I have more Magic than I can use or need. Like, let's say you have 25, 30 copies of a particular common or uncommon. That's definitely useful, but you have that many because people are going to come in and need them to build decks and stuff. So it's a different scenario. Obviously not the same as the LGS closing, but the same sort of like, how much of your collection do you need and how much are you using? That's definitely part of it. Zen, you're selling your cards and you're doing a boycott. You're not getting, they're not getting another dime from you because of the year they put you through. Well, you know what? Speaking with your wallet is the language that Wizards of the Coast absolutely does listen to. Without a doubt, that is the language they speak. 30th anniversary definitely illustrated that you can get that message through to them, but it's very difficult to do on an individual basis. But if enough people choose to do it individually, it does send a stronger overall signal. All right. Here's another point. Shoro says, you shouldn't get rid of your collection if you still love the game. That's a sentiment you're going to hear from multiple people, and it's a perfectly reasonable position. If you're sick of Magic right now, you may not want to sell your collection. You may just want to let it sit on the shelf and chill, right? Okay. Black Wyvern, your playgroup just sucks, so you left. Well, that'll do it for you, right? That's not the situation that I think most people are going to find themselves in, but that's an easy out for you. What else do we got going on here? Joey with the membership message. 17 months of bearing the shield. Amazing. Hell yeah. Not amazing enough for you to spell shield right, but I feel you, bro. I got the... Where is it? Is it on the shelf behind me here? Or did I move it? Where did the shield go? Oh, well, I mean, there's this one hanging over here, but that's not the one I was thinking of. Oh, well. Oh, well. Shelton, you got the rough draft done. Nice, buddy. Nice. That's exciting. All right. Other comments here, specifically in regards to getting rid of your collections and the timing and all of this stuff that covers an angle that hasn't already been mentioned, because there are multiple points that I want to talk about, but if other people are bringing it up, then that's an easy entryway. Angelo! Taking the board. Lording that board. Let me pay you $1 to be on the board. You got it, buddy. You did it. You gotta love how with the dollar, YouTube is like, look, I'm gonna let you give them $1, but if you think I'm gonna let you say anything, you're out of your mind. And it's like, so let me get this straight. I can type a message for free or for $2 or more, but for exactly $1, I can just suck a dick and I can't say anything. And YouTube's like, yeah, that's how it works. It's honestly an incredibly baffling system where you go, why can't the lowest super chat say something when you can just type something? Like, I don't get it. I do not get it. Kensuke's in Magic till death. There you go, buddy. There you go. Yup. Oh, there's another good point. Actually, I like this. I like this one right here. It says, if you want to leave Magic, I say you should sell, because even if you want to come back to Magic, your old cards might not even be close to competitive. Doesn't mean every card you love, but honestly, that is a... Hold on. The chat isn't moving along, is it? Let me fix that. All right. There we go. Okay. So, yeah, that's an excellent point, actually. Basically, there was the old mentality of save your collection because you might come back and want the cards and they're going to be hard to acquire. But if Wizards is putting everything into the ground on top of power creeping everything, you could easily come back and your cards just don't even matter because they've been power crept out so hard. That is not something you had to be considered like hardcore about with Magic before, but now actually is a genuinely reasonable concern. So that's a valid thing to point out. It's impossible to know whether shelving your collection is worth it or not. But one of the things you have to bear in mind that's super important for you to make your decision right now when it comes to selling your collections, and one thing that needs to be like at the top of your mind is this: from a seller's perspective, regardless of your personal reasons, put all that aside. We're just going to talk about the actual state of the market right now. It is a buyer's market. There is a flood of selling going on. It started with 30th anniversary where people were just like, I'm out. You have the pandemic, all that kind of stuff coming together to create a massive outflux of people leaving Magic that have choked vendors to the point that I literally, like, the last number of years have been the most insane thing that I could ever think of in terms of Magic the Gathering. I've been around since the beginning of Magic, right? In the most technical sense, you could say, well, you haven't because Magic started in 93 and you started in 94. But it's like Alpha, Beta, Unlimited, they're all identical, right? I started in Revised, right? Alpha, Beta, Unlimited, everything was available. I started when there was only 2 expansions for the game, right? So it's been an insane journey. And when we started playing Magic, nobody thought, you know what? This is going to be something that's going to last for decades. This is going to be a big thing. We thought, yo, this game is hype. I love this. Let's get more of this. Let's have fun. Let's keep playing. This is amazing. This is amazing. But like, it wasn't like, oh, this game's going to be around forever. You never thought that way about it's just another game that you play. You play it for a while. Maybe we'll come back to it. Maybe we won't. There's no way to predict what it's going to become, right? And so Magic turns into this thing, just feels like it's going on forever. And I remember having conversations with people and they're like, so what do you think would like really like take Magic down? And up until it happened, I would have said, and did say, absolutely, that a situation like the pandemic would have been the death of Magic. Hey, Ball Falcon, how you doing, you lovely twinkle bird? So, up until the pandemic happened, my brain was like, Magic is so strong that the only thing that could destroy Magic is if something happened. Honestly, I didn't think the pandemic specifically. I thought a massive conflict on a worldwide scale that basically caused massive destruction, shut things down to the point where people couldn't really go to their homes. People wouldn't be able to get together out of fear. There wouldn't gatherings straight up would be against the law. Like all of these things that happened, but under different auspices, right? So you have a situation where it's like, whoa. So I thought Magic could only be slaughtered in a cataclysm. And then the cataclysm came and Magic was like, I've been pumping iron, bitch. And it's like, what the hell is going on? I'm like, nothing can kill Magic. I'm like, Magic is unkillable. Nothing can kill Magic. Wow, I've never been so wrong. Magic can never die. And then, cue the fucking record scratch. Magic 30th is announced. And I was like, I literally couldn't conceive of this product. If you put me in a room and told me you were going to starve me out if I didn't come up with the most insane, greedy, bizarre, whack job doodle like product on earth for Magic the Gathering, like I could not literally conceive of Magic 30. And the signals that it sent are so strong that I went from being like, I'm like, oh, Cataclysm can't destroy Magic. It doesn't take a Cataclysm. That's not how the tree falls. The tree falls from rotten from the inside, son. And it's rotten as hell. The fucking roots are rotten at a way faster rate than they're growing back. So, yeah. I was like, Magic's oh no. So now I'm just like, yo, they're going the Lifesavers candy book with Magic now. So if you don't know what that means, that tells you something right there. If you don't know what I mean, when I say Lifesaver candy book, that was once a thing that everybody knew. That was a product that everybody knew. It was a winner and they could have sold them for eternity. But due to internal corporate greed and dumb fuckery, it's gone now. And I'm watching what they're doing to Magic, and I don't care what anybody says. I legit think that Magic is rotting hard from the inside. And there's nothing to pull it back from the spiral right now at all. Like Wizards is robbing this like the way that you don't think they're coming back. You know Boiler Room? You know that movie Boiler Room where they throw a whole call center on the back of a fucking truck and it's just gone overnight? Like Wizards, they're kicking holes in the walls and pulling the fucking copper out. What do you think all this shit is? All this direct singles, like it's wild, man. It's wild. So I think Magic's fucked for the long term. And I think that anybody who thinks that there's money in Magic to hang on to it is out of their fucking minds. There's no place in Magic that has like, oh, you can put your money here. Like people used to be like, there are things you can put your money into. There used to be like cycles, bro. Literally cycles based on formats. It was almost like the game was about gameplay. So the markets moved in accordance with the formats, like actually, without all kinds of weird, crazy shit going on with Wizards manipulation. But then they just went, we want all the value. So what if we were just to pretend like the secondary market actually isn't a thing we pay attention to? And then we'll make a Bitter Blossom secret layer where we sell them one card. Yeah, we'll include 4 tokens. So dummies will go, oh, there's 5 things in there. And they do. It's crazy. But we'll sell them one card at pretty much the exact secondary market rate. And we'll see what happens. And they saw what happened. It sold like crazy, right? Like they're milking of the secondary market because people just go, well, why would I buy it from the secondary market when I can get it here for the same price, but it's a better version and it's going to be worth this and it's rare. And then you got all these people thinking they can buy these boxes and flip it. There's all this stuff, but like flipping Magic boxes and stuff, those days. Hey, Darkstar Assurance says, I cast Counterspell against Angelo's $1. It's been obliterated. And you were allowed to say that in your super chat. So, you have a situation where Wizards of the Coast has strongly signaled that they're coming for every dollar in the secondary market. And you have some people who believe that there's safety in the reserved list, which I genuinely don't understand how on earth anybody can think that now. Like, I literally don't know how Wizards could have signaled any harder that they are coming for the reserved list. Like, they are full on coming for the reserved list. Like, what signals that you're coming for the reserved list more than going, we're reprinting the Power 9? And people will go, well, actually, the gold board at the back means nothing. That is we're getting into sophistry now. We are splitting the finest of hairs for no point here. Well, in the most technical sense about the agreement that they made, it's like not actually violating the agreement. It's straight up like they're coming for the reserved list. They're either going to just go, hey, we're on top of reprinting this stuff. Why don't we just go ahead and make better versions? That's not against the rules at all. That's the reserve list is just, we won't reprint these cards identically. That's it. Can't make another Ancestral Recall that costs 1 blue and let you draw 3 cards at instant speed, but can for 4 cards or 5 cards. It's not against the rules. Would it be too powerful? Yeah. Who cares? It would shift boxes like nobody's business. Like, Wizards of the Coast is taking this game down Spellfire lane. And Spellfire was a game where there were no casting costs. And the creature's giant growths were just bigger in every set. Angelo says, I counter your counterspell, Darkstar. Oh, the magic is flying. The magic is flying. So, like, if you think that you can fucking have any money sitting in sealed boxes, you can't, because Wizards is going to print a bajillion boxes, right? They're going to print a bamillion of these boxes. And anytime there's any cards in there that you've got about, let's say you got a box and you're like, yeah, the value of my box is going up. Wizards will just reprint whatever valuable cards are in that box. And oh, look at that. Nobody needs to buy yours, because like Wizards is undercutting every avenue of MTG finance. So like, you need to be in Magic for it being a game. And I still do not know how to mentally reconcile the fact that Wizards of the Coast went from focusing on making a game to now they've made $1 million single out of nothing. But the problem is they don't get that $1 million. So how do they twist, like, where do we go from here? We're moving into the realms of insanity that I can't comprehend. Like, I started playing this game when I was 15 years old. And that's like 3 decades ago. And you go back and be like, hey, guess what, buddy? In 30 years, you're going to be the Magic historian. The crankiest, most bitter fucking Magic talking head on the internet. And it's like, sorry, what? I just want an aspect of Wolf my Elvish Archers here, okay, buddy? Like, I don't know who you are, tired looking old man, but leave me alone, right? Like, and it's just like, yeah, no, it's insane. It's insane. It's like, wait until we've got AI designing every part of the cards, because why wouldn't they? Why wouldn't they? The card design is like so formulaic to begin with. How far is it until we get to the AI design and we just have Mark Rosewater telling us how inspired the AI's design is? Well, we fed these prompts in, and the world that it spit out felt genuinely unique, we gotta say, guys. So our time spent now is sifting through the different things it kicks out from our prompts. We put in a lot of work here at what's the name? Wizards of the Coast. And to make sure it's authentic, the AI also just screws cards up so it still feels like it's done by humans. We can't have it being too perfect. This thing could actually iterate tons of gameplay and perfect Magic and make it so that we could have a really balanced environment. But we don't want that. We just want to shift cardboard, so we won't do that. TCG family says bacon burps and sorcery. TCG, anyone? That is, unless the burps are mine, I don't want them. I don't want those. Like, if you're just like, hey, do you want to play sorcery? And like, I burp into your mouth. I've actually heard that that's something people are into. And I almost threw up in my mouth when I heard it. It's one of the most, like, honestly, when it comes to things that people are into and like, they're all that kind of crap, for real, there's just something about that one that is particularly fucking vile. Like, it's like, bro, it's all kinds of what the fuck is wrong with you? So yeah, we've got a situation right now where I see that Magic's in a bad place, and I see it getting worse. Having money in sealed product is fucking stupid as far as I'm fucking concerned. Having money in the reserved list is fucking stupid as far as I'm concerned. This doesn't apply to anybody who has fucking oodles and oodles of money. Do whatever you want with your fucking money. Be as stupid as you want. You got fuck tons of money, fine. But let's be very real about this. There are a bunch of Magic players who legit have like debt and Magic collections that could fix that fucking debt. I know people like that, right? I've been in debt myself before. I got myself into a bunch of problems in the past, and it took me many years to basically pay off all my debts, like learn the way to be responsible with credit and all this fucking shit, right? And so part of the problem, what we're gonna see here with Magic players specifically as well, is as humans, we have a deep need to connect. And it can be difficult to connect with other human beings, especially if you're socially awkward or something else. And Magic draws in a lot of those fringe individuals. You'll find people connect. So it's the same way that people connect with drugs, honestly. It's the same difference, right? Somebody can go and get hooked on this. Somebody can connect with Magic. So there's all these layers to it. So it's just all this weird psychological shit, and people with addictive personalities. And you know what? I made some notes on that too, but we'll get into there's. I got a lot of thoughts on the subject. So, Stoic, there's no easy answer. We're talking about everybody, but for me, no, I'm not getting out of Magic at all. My current level goes like this. If there are any cards in my collection that have shot up in value to the point where I feel like I can get some buckage for them, and I think they're just going to sit, like, for example, I have like had a dozen revised edition red elemental blasts. Just a common one red. It's an interrupt. I mean, nowadays it's an instant, but counter target blue spell, destroy target blue permanent. That's the spell, right? So there are buy lists and shit where they're like, yo, we'll pay you like $1.50 each. If it's beat up, we'll give you like $1.10 or whatever it is. You know what? I don't know the exact amounts. I'm just giving you an example because I don't remember. But I dug through and I pulled this stuff out, and it's you. I do not need a dozen red elemental blasts. I'm not going to play with these. They're not slated for a deck. They're not going into a cube. These have been with me for a long time. They mean nothing to me. That is the kind of shit. How likely is it for a fucking revised edition, slightly beat up red elemental blast to be some whoa, why'd you sell those? They're $100. It never. Wizards of the Coast reprints that as like in like master sets, all that shit, right? So uncommons and commons and stuff that have gone up to a value where they're actually worth selling, hell yeah, get rid of them if you're not going to use them. Why have them kicking around, right? You got like, it adds up, bro. It adds up. Like, all your money matters. I still get excited when I find shopping carts that have the quarter in them, and I will return it for the quarter. Like that, I do that. Yesterday I found 2. I got them in a little drawer over here. I keep them separate because I'm like, that's fucking free bonus money, right? So, all of it adds up. And if you just take it all, it's like if you had a jar and you just kept putting bits of coins in it. So you can extract value out of your collection without impacting the playability and enjoyability of your collection. You don't sell off the cards you have a strong emotional connection to. You don't sell off the card that you got at the pre-release. Like, you've got a 50-cent fucking rare that you got at the pre-release, right? And it's from your first pre-release. You don't buy list that for 10 cents. That's hella dumb. You're like, okay, you got a dime. You got a dime and you gave up a memory. But if they're cards that are worthless to you, you're not playing with them, and you can get some value now, you're not guaranteed to be able to get that value later. So I'm doing that, and anything that feels like really big, if I end up with something really big that feels like a hot potato, I'm like, I would also like to unload that. But, you know, that's the vibe. I'm not like sell off your whole collection, especially because right now everybody's fucking choked off from buying collections to the point where they're not buying bulk rares. So that means like this is not a seller's market, it's a buyer's market, right? They're either saying I'm not taking bulk, or we're taking bulk at like a nickel a throw. Like, So unless you absolutely think you'll never play Magic again, and you don't care what you get, and you're going Moonlighter style, which is a terminology that I use from a video game that I played where you're a merchant, but he gets this magical looking glass that you can actually throw items through. And when you throw them through it, you get a very tiny percentage of its worth. But it's almost like a trash compactor. You just boom, 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 everything's gone, and you get a little bit for it. And I'm like, if I had this in real life, I would feed so much crap through it, right? So it's that kind of setup. So like, everybody's situation is going to be different. There's a lot of Magic players who have a ton of money, right? So there are people I know, though, who don't, right? There's a bunch who have a bunch of debt. I owe a bunch of money. I have a bunch of Magic cards. If I was to go through my Magic collection and actually just take some stuff, I could sell it. It would pay off all my debt. I'd be debt-free and still have my collection. That's the winning move. That is the fully rigid, engorged move right there. That's the power play. So, if on the off chance that you happen to be listening to this and you fall into that category, that's how you win at life, bro. That's how you win at life. I'm gonna tell you a little fucking secret about how to win at Magic and not give a fuck. If you want to find a way to feel like you don't give a you're not like giving wizards the same. There's all kinds of psychological tricks you can use. Basically, think about this. You could sell off a bunch of your Magic cards, throw that into some kind of account that gives you interest or something like that, right? And then only spend the interest money that you get out of that on Magic, you know? Like, you could do something like that. I don't know. There's all kinds of different things you can do. I don't think that selling out is automatically the right move for everybody. I remember when I had my knee-jerk reaction a few years back, and I quit Magic and like changed the direction of this channel. And then I went through this big emotional journey over it because the truth is that Magic means a lot to me. Andrew G with the membership non-message. 52 months is message enough, bro. So yeah, basically, like, for me, there was a point where I decided that I was just incredibly livid with Magic the Gathering. The card quality was terrible, and I was just quitting. I was done. That's it. I'm selling everything. I'm getting rid of everything. And I started to get rid of my stuff, and I kept running into the same problem over and over, where I would be going through cards to sell, and I'd be like, oh, this would be cool in my cube. Oh, this would be cool in my cube. And so I had to go, well, hold on. I'm like really angry at Wizards, and I'm like quitting Magic to like prove a point or whatever it is that I'm doing. But ultimately, I still feel like I enjoy this and want to play this. So why am I doing this to myself? I had to deal with the cognitive dissonance that came along with that, where it was like, okay, so I hate the company and their greed, but I love the game. And honestly, Magic resonates with me in a way that very few things do, and I'm not willing to give that up. I'm really not. So if people wonder why I rail so hard and why I'm just there, it's because I can't give up. I can't. I don't have it in me. I don't. I'm still so far. I know that all the time I'm talking about all the things that are going wrong and watching it happen in real time, but I'm so far from quitting that it's not even funny, guys. I'm still so deep in this Brokeback Mountain style. I wish I could quit you, but I don't even wish I could quit you. Speaking of which, Millmaster, alternatively, consider making your collection a tax-free donation to Millmaster's Magic Training University and Boarding School for Misanthropic Men and Boys where Magic never dies. Hashtag not a real place. Hashtag that is not a tax-free. You can't just say tax-free donation. I'm reporting you to the charity authorities. Bo Falcon gifted 5 memberships. Thanks, buddy. You're the man, bro. Cthulhu, Axiom, Dev, Goobat, Finn, all sporting new shields. Very nice. And Millmaster, you lord of the board. So yeah, I ultimately realized that you can enjoy the game, love the game, have fun with it, playing with your friends and whatever, and absolutely despise the company that makes the game and the people who work there and the greedy, awful, disrespectful choices that they make. And you can hope for a better future that maybe one day will come, but if it doesn't, you're not going to give up having fun with your friends in the fucking meantime and give up a hobby that you love, regardless, right? That's it. That's the deal. So, I'm not going anywhere. I focus on enjoying what I enjoy. I'm working on collecting a set of the Brothers War. I love that. I've got my fucking cube. My cube is built entirely out of stuff that my fans have given me. And that adds another extra delicious layer that buoys me up mentally and makes it even more fun, so I don't even fucking worry about it. I can take a cube that I've built out of stuff given to me by my fans and go and play it with my friends in real life. It's awesome. It's awesome. Yamagaro Magic is not only is it functional, it's fun. Magic is fun. For real. Like, that's it. That's the deal. Magic is a genuinely enjoyable game. And that's part of why Wizards knows they have us hosed, where it's like, we want it. I think that Magic is horribly overpriced, right? I think Wizards is a terrible company. And I desperately want all of the Magic. I want the Lord of the Rings collector boosters. I want all of it. I ain't got the money for it, so I ain't getting it. But if I was rich, I'd be fucking buying it. I'd be bitching, but I'd be one of those fucking people complaining while handing over that motherfucking money. Every time. Because Magic lights up my soul. Every fucking card can be its own story. Between the mechanics and the artwork, the actual color of the card, you put it all together, you get an entire feast for your imagination. Then you get to play with them? Man, it's awesome, bro. Magic has 25,000 different game pieces, and it's dripping with epic flavor. Why the hell do you think I lament what has happened recently? Because we've gotten so much goodness. I can't leave. I ain't going nowhere. I ain't going nowhere. Axiom, I too am a slut for Magic. That's right, Blue Cat's artwork is awesome in Magic. It's great. What do I use to sleeve my cube? I have purple dragon shields, and inside those I use perfect fits. And I keep it inside this box right here. Well, most of it's in there. Part of it is in... Is it in here? Or did I leave it in the other room? Part of it is in a boss monster box. Like a boss monster carrying case. For a chunk to take with me when I head downtown to play cards. Because taking the whole thing... You don't need the whole thing. You're not going to go through it. So, just bring some now, some then. That's how it goes. Jamie, love the live streams and videos. You never hear me curse, but in live streams I go off. Yep. Same with over on my other channel, Hatcher. Basically, back in the day, there was a problem with YouTube where it got really pissy about the language I was using. And so there was... The way it works now is you can swear and carry on and they don't fucking, like, they'll demonetize your video, but they won't crush the reach of your video. Before it used to be like, we're not running ads also, and they wouldn't say this part, we're also going to show the videos to like 95% less people. And it's, I'm sorry, what was that? And it's like, yeah, we're going to cut your audience to 1/20th the size. And then, no, that's fine. I don't need to swear in my videos if that's what you're going to fucking do. So I did that, but with the live streams, I always deleted my live streams afterwards, so it didn't fucking matter. I was like, like a vestigial tale. And now every live stream gets uploaded over on like Hatcher. So I save these live streams, pop them up over there. The language doesn't matter on that fucking channel because over there it's 100% Hatcher 100% of the time. I keep the videos friendly, so because people watch them with their kids and stuff now, and it's kind of like it's like an unspoken social contract where it's like, yo, don't bring them to the fucking live streams because live streams are wild. But the regular videos, if you want to, you can sit down. You're probably not going to hear anything you got to worry about your kid hearing at all. I don't like aim to make it that way. It just became a side effect. People started leaving comments going, I like watching the news videos with my kids, and I was like, oh, that's nice. That's kind of cool. And then I went, oh shit, yeah, that kind of ties my hands too, doesn't it? So I'm like, well, fuck it. I agreed internally with myself, and I mean, I can change it whenever I want. Fuck it, what are they gonna do? Cry about it? But I agreed with myself that I would leave the Historium videos not exactly G-rated, but like PG. You know what I mean? You might get like a euphemism here or there, right? Maybe, what did that mean, Daddy? Don't worry about that. But overall, it's pretty light. Millmouse, do you think that when someone's pure proxy, it's like the game is over if you walk away? Proxies are a really interesting situation because I'm like you in that I like having real Magic cards. I don't actually want proxies, but I can't turn around and say someone else shouldn't play just because they're only using proxies. I think back to when I was a kid, and I'm like, yo, I can't afford a copy of Blood Bowl, and neither could my friend. So we traced out a board on the ground and like on the floor, and we used little pieces of paper and coins to play. And it's like, nope, don't play that if you don't have the real thing. And it's like, well, why not? And it's like, well, it's okay if you don't have money and you make a crappy one, but if you do have money and you pay to have some of these ones made and not the real ones, you need to leave the game. It's like, no. Hey, I happen to be walking by your house, and I looked into your backyard, and I see that you're playing lawn darts. But here's the thing. I can tell by the design of those lawn darts that those are knockoffs. Those are knockoff lawn darts. So, you need to walk away from lawn darts. You're done playing lawn darts. If you're not going to buy official lawn dart brand lawn darts, you're not really a land darter, okay? So, exits over there, pal. Yeah, I'm here to gatekeep lawn darts. What about it? What about it? Yes, this is rational. Yes, this is a reasonable thing to be doing with my time. This is a reasonable position. You're not allowed to decide how to use game pieces that weren't produced by the official company. If you don't use official Hasbro Monopoly pieces, you're a fucking piece of garbage. Stop playing Monopoly, son. Bro, is that officially printed Monopoly money? What? Made it at the Kinko's? You're fucking garbage. You're garbage. Quit Monopoly, you fuck. Like, come on, man. Come on. Magic has this fucking elitist, magical mentality that's got people locked in their brains because Magic cards are worth a bunch of money or whatever else. Magic's just a bunch of fucking cardboard rectangles. Pick the card game you hate the most. Magic's the fucking same thing, man. Think Yu-Gi-Oh's dumb bullshit for kids? I do. Magic is the same fucking thing. Magic ain't special. Magic is the same two-toothed crack whore, just like all the other ones. You just like the way she sucks the best because she was the first one. And you tell yourself, oh, she's fucking special. They're all the same, bro. They're all the same. They're going to get the herp all over your dong. So trying to pretend like, oh, man, whoa, is that a fucking is that a fake dragon? Gold is just metal and diamond is just carbon. Society values those differently, Bill Master. If you could make your own gold and you were like, hey, I'm going to use this gold at home to like gild my chair. Okay, sure. Are you trying to sell it as real gold on the market? No? Okay. I guess there's no problem, huh? Right? Oh, are you making your own diamonds at home? Looks like real diamonds? No, that's like a commodity that people have. And I mean, you're not breaking any laws or causing any problems for anybody, but my beliefs. You're not getting me with that. Melnick says support. Love you, guy. Thanks, buddy. Cheers to you. You're Lord of the Board. Like magic is it's just fucking cardboard. It's just cardboard. It doesn't matter that it was printed fucking 30 years ago. All this shit. It's not inherently fucking special, right? It's cool to be like, yo, I want to own real Magic cards. That's absolutely cool. I'm down with that. I'm absolutely the same way. I don't want proxies. My cube would be fucking stronger and crazier right now if it had fucking proxies in it. But that's not what I want, right? So I am like I'm still a cardboard purist on the side of I want my cards to be real. But I don't give a fuck. Anybody who wants to sit down and play a game of Magic against me, as long as you're not making up your own fucking Magic cards. That's where I draw the line. As long as Wizards of the Coast designed them, I don't care who printed them when you play with me. That's it. Do you want to go with Wizards' cheap, shitty printing that you overpaid for? Or do you want to go for the cheap fucking Chinese printing that is incredibly flat and beautiful? You make your choice, however you want to spend your money. You want to pay fucking $50 for a warped piece of garbage? You want to pay 75 cents? I ain't here to tell you how to spend your money. I don't buy proxies. I have the real cards, but I can't look at the argument and go, for anybody who's not fully in the cult drinking the Kool-Aid, we look like crazy people. You gotta see that, Millmaster. You gotta see we look like wackadoodles. Because I used to be rabidly anti-proxy. And I look back at it and go, I can't reasonably hold that position anymore. I can't logically. It's like, Wizards of the Coast isn't even doing, like, when Wizards of the Coast cared about card quality, they cared about the game, and Magic felt like it was something special, it felt like it deserved that rarefied air. But Magic isn't special anymore. They took this beautiful lady and they turned her into a $2 hooker and forced her to get out on the fucking street with a fucking needle in her arm, right? And now we're all supposed to pretend like that's not what she is. And it's very obvious that that's the case. So if somebody's like, yo, I don't want to get diseases from that, I'm just going to do this over here. Okay, whatever, man. I'll get, that's the vibe. That's the vibe. I can't fucking fault them. I can't fault them. I love Magic cards. I want real Magic cards. But anybody who goes, I'm out, I'm switching to proxies, I can't for a second say that they're making the wrong choice, you know? Millmaster sitting over against somebody with 60 lands flipped around and names written on them in Sharpie. That's fine by me too, bro. That's how I played. Like that doesn't affect me. That's fine. If it makes your experience lesser, I get it. It's not as visually nice, but I want to play the game, dude. I want to play the game. So as long as your game pieces aren't marked in a way that gives you some kind of advantage, whatever. You don't even need to know the name of the card. I know most of the cards. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. But that's just me, right? I know tons of the Magic cards. If I didn't, that might annoy me more. So that's a matter of personal taste, bros. Although I've never seen anybody with a fully Sharpie deck. I've never seen that. I've seen people with somewhat Sharpie decks. Meh. Kansugi, am I saying others think it's crazy to spend $5,000 on old damaged cardboard? If you got the money, bro, right? Angelo says, what's wrong with proxies? Wizard made them for 30th anniversary. It's funny that they didn't think that that was going to trigger people into proxying. And it's like, so let me get this straight. You are making these things that you're saying aren't official Magic cards, and yet you're saying that they have this additional value kind of stuff. Like, what kind of message are you trying to send? And they're like, oh, we've sent the wrong message. Oh, it's amazing that they trumpeted this product for like months to their investors, and then it blew up in their face so hard. It's really a shame that the way that the way that the world and Wizards of the Coast works, it says, hey, what we're actually going to do is just up the price on every product for the rest of the year. Like that's the deal. That's the deal. The saddest thing was the lands had other basics written on it. That's funny. That's funny. Habanero. That's an excellent point, and I'm glad that you brought that up because that's something I want to address as well. While we're on the subject of quitting Magic and everything else, guys, I want you to understand something. If you can hear my voice right now, you are a rarity. You are, you're basically like a very, very tiny percentage of the overall Magic community. So, online, it'll look like everybody's angry. Like, if you go online, everybody's angry right now about what? Do I even need to tell you? Do I even need to fucking say what everyone's angry about in the Lord of the Rings? No, I don't, because everybody fucking knows. Everybody and their mother knows. But when you go into the game stores, where I've been, nobody's talking about it. They're talking about the abilities, playing the game. None of it. It's not turning into this big fucking blown out debate or whatever. There's a bunch of discontented people online. And it's perfectly fine to just play the game and not give a fuck what anybody thinks. I do it with every other game. Like when I was like, oh, I like these Plague Marines. And somebody be like, I don't like Games Workshop because and my brain's already turning it into white noise. Like, I'm like, holy shit. I could give less than 0 fucks about what you don't like, about what I am interested in and like. Like, I didn't ask you. I don't fucking care. So my brain is literally tuning this the fuck out. Shut your mouth. I don't care. Oh, you're upset about what? Yeah, no, that's fine. I'm going to play with my toy. And that's how most people are with Magic, right? So whenever somebody starts going, I don't like that, I don't care, man. I don't give a shit. I picked my one company to do that with. So go find somebody else who gives a fuck about that, or I'm going to launch into a big diatribe about Magic because we can play this game, but I can talk longer and harder than you, bro. So let's not waste each other's fucking time. Shut the fuck up. I don't care what you think about Games Workshop and their practices and what they do. I literally know nothing about what they do. I don't care if you tell me they're chopping fucking kids' arms off for going, they're not putting the sprues together right. Don't care, motherfucker. Throw the arms on fucking fucking corn skull throne. Go fucking call the authorities. Expect me to give a shit? I don't fucking care. I don't know how to explain to you how little I give a fuck, bro. So that's it. I'm gonna enjoy my life. And if you think I'm gonna let fucking Penny Annie piss ants ruin all the shit that I enjoy, there's somebody who hates everything you love, and they're welcome to suck my fucking taint. I'm here to hear what you don't like about something that I don't like. Other than that, go fuck yourself. So that's a fine attitude to have. People can have that towards me and go, yo, I don't want to hear any of this negative shit. Perfect. Go enjoy your magic. I ain't here to stop you, bitch. I ain't here to stop you. That's the message. Go have fun. Don't let this shit stop you. All the people wanking online aren't the majority. The majority are just playing Magic and not complaining at all. Really. Or very little. That's the truth. That's the truth. That's right, Ghostbeard. He wears them all. He wears them all. He's got all the arms stapled to him. Oh, so yeah, man. It's a personal decision. You have to decide, am I fully done with Magic? Am I going to come back? Is it going to be worth it to hang on to this if I come back? How much of it do I want to hang on to? There's just all this hassle. Magic's just become this commoditized thing where it's all just about monetary values. Once upon a time, it was a game that we played, and then it became more of a thing where it's rarefied. Jungle Rumbler, no problem, buddy. Trungle, hate wizards, but still want to make it tempted by the ring deck. Do it up. Do it up. Enjoy yourself. Enjoy yourself. You know, like for real. My thing is, if I'm like, fuck Magic, I'm walking out, then I stop having fun with all you guys that way. I stop having fun with my cube. I stop going downtown and playing Magic with my friends and all that shit. I ain't giving all that up. I'm having too good a time. So I'm just looking at Wizards going, whatever. You guys are stupid fucking dickheads. But I'm enjoying myself. I'm enjoying myself. I'm going to keep enjoying myself. I'm going to keep on working on my brother's war set. I'm going to keep expanding my cube. Anybody who wants to add some goodness to the cube, I got a P.O. box. You can mail me cards. There's a PayPal address for the local game store that I go to. You can send it straight to that PayPal address, and I can use that to get stuff at the store for the cube. However you want to do it. Doesn't matter to me. Send it by fucking Stork. I'll think it's a baby and be like, oh, I don't want this. And then I'll look and, oh no, it's a Sword of the Ages. It is my new baby. Walter, sleeveless Magic was a good time. I remember the sleeveless days, but now I can't do it. Now I got, like, even when I get into a new game, I'm like, I want to protect them. I want to protect them. And not for monetary value, just so I can have them for forever. You know? It's just like when I get like, oh, I'm going to sleeve all this up. I'm going to put them all in binders. I want to keep it all safe. Seth, get dry. Get some dry ice. That'd be fun. Tactical, you've been switched over to Flesh and Blood and been having a good time in its community. Nice. That's the way to live life, bro. It's good. You're not living with regret. Living a good time. Bushknack, ramping up the proxies. I feel you. Sam Haynes, my whole cube. My cube is not sleeved in Magic Historian sleeves at all. Those Magic Historian sleeves are too expensive for me, bro. They're too expensive for me. Blue Cats, that's right. Perp does sound like Perpetrator. That was the channel name for a while, too. That was back when my hair was purple. Forever ago. Man. Different forevers ago. My hair was purple forever ago. That's only 5 or 6 years ago. Started Magic forever ago. Decades and decades ago. Crazy, man. So crazy. So, yeah, I mean, I don't know. I feel like a tempered approach to downsizing or right-sizing your collection and removing debt is the correct maneuver to be making at this juncture, depending on your scenario. Habanero, having somebody to play and enjoy the game with is a perfect excuse to get in, man. Have fun. Who gives a shit? Like, why do you think I'm so connected to Magic? Because all the fun I had with my friends and all the flavor and everything goes along with it. There's years and years of it. There's the beginning years where I discovered the game when the game was new, before you could even learn about it on the internet. Like, it was a completely different world, a different journey of discovery. So I was there at the beginning when Magic was essentially us with just sticks and rocks. And now we're in the modern era, and it's just absolutely wild. And I've been there through every step of the journey, and I've been a different person for each step of the journey. The beginning, I was the noobity noob playing with my friends. Then I started kicking ass at tournaments and won tons and tons of tournaments to the point where it got very boring. And then I've thought about, hey, let's try taking it to the next level. And I went to like a next level event with my friends and realized how miserable people were up at the top tiers of the event, and how much professional real Magic sucked. I'm like, this is not fun. My opponents are miserable. The one guy's drinking at the table with me. It was like just a bunch of miserable adults and a shitty time, and it really turned me off of like higher level Magic play. And I said, okay, that ain't for me. So I ended up throwing that event just so we could fucking leave. All my friends were waiting for me, and I was just like, I don't even want to do this anymore. This is not fun. I'm gonna stay here all day in this environment now where people are miserable. It's like, this is a game. Like, what's going on? People were so uncomfortable and competitive and try-hardy even from the get-go that it really just, that's not my vibe. You know what I mean? I like to have fun. Sure, like play to win and everything, but there's a certain level where it's just too much. And the whole like further you went, the more that became, and you're like, there's not nearly enough stakes for this level of insanity. Like, what is this, right? So I started out as that guy, and then I moved into the guy who helped basically bring Magic back. Magic was fucking dead in my city, and I brought it back by dragging people out. And then because there was no singles market, I basically became the fucking singles market, all this shit. So that was that stage. And then the next step was the most inconceivable. I became the fucking premier MTG newsman on the fucking internet right there. And it's like, what? That's it. That / internet jackass, right? So that is my current role in the world of Magic. I am now known internet fucking doom monger, the Magic historian. Oh man. Habanero, yeah, exactly. Why would you go to somebody who's enjoying it and go, let me tell you reasons that you shouldn't, that don't actually matter in the grand, you know the universe is going to die a heat death. Yeah, but a card game company did things that I don't like. Okay. All right. You should all wait until you see what they did to Aragorn. You should not only never play Magic, you should boycott everything that Hasbro's ever made and anything that shares a vowel or consonant with the name Hasbro. If you don't do that, you're a demon and I hate you. Oh. So yeah, it's been an interesting journey to say the least. And who knows what's next. I know part of what's next. Part of what's next actually doesn't involve Magic at all. It involves me ramping up shenanigans and goofbaggery over on Hatcher and making more fucking comedic videos and shit. Obviously, I'm gonna continue with the Magic stuff because I'm still loving Magic, but I got some other stuff I want to be doing too. And I do want to spend some more time enjoying Magic because it has been a lot of unenjoyable shit going on. And some enjoyment is warranted, you know? Millmaster, you cheap bastard. 1 week. It's a 1 week program. This shit should be like a month long, man. Man, there's a bunch of cool stuff in the Lord of the Rings set. I dig the vibe of it. I don't like the way the Wizards is doing the pricing and all that stuff. I'm not a fan of it. I'm not a fan of it, but I do want it. I do want it. So yeah, I think like for most people they're gonna know when they want to quit and sell out. And for me, when I've quit Magic and sold my stuff, I've never regretted I've never regretted not having the cards that I sold. Like I had a Black Lotus and like Moxes, all that kind of stuff back in the day. I sold it, and I don't sit there going, "Oh man, I wish this dog," because that all just turns into I wish I had more money now. That's what that means, right? Like that's really what the equivalent. Like if I go back and change my life, it would be to like save some people if I could, and other things like that. It wouldn't even be worrying about shit like that. So I think that like thinking about once you've sold your cards, who cares? Who cares? You have no idea how different your life would have been if you had just kept your cards and didn't get the money or whatever else. It's never worth worrying about. People are like, apparently there's some people like, I like to look up the value of the stuff I sold every once in a while when I want to feel bad. It's like, why would you do that to yourself? It's so crazy. It's so crazy. They're just cardboard rectangles. Hugh, you know what? I decided I'm not really gonna mix that into this one. That's a subject that I decided to keep separate because I don't think that it actually dovetails as nicely as I'd like. So it's better to talk about magic and addictive personalities as a separate concept because honestly, like I've talked about it in the past and there's a number of points that I've made, but I'm starting to come to what feels like some new realizations that I haven't touched on before, and I feel like they're worthy of more than just a side point. And I'm getting accustomed now to the fact that these live streams are staying up now. None of these live, like, it gets taken down off the Historian channel, but it'll be put up on the Hatcher channel. And I'm keeping all my live streams going forwards. And that means the stuff that I talk about, like, there's been a bunch of streams where I talked about stuff, a bunch of stuff we've even talked about in this live stream, and, like, did a good job of explaining it, and then they're just gone. So now, I'm going to take the time and explain it right and leave it up. You feel me? So I'm going to leave talking about MTG and addictive personalities for its own full-on episode. Angela, were 2 times when you lost your job and had to sell your collection until you got a new job? I've been there. I've been there. Shane Brand says, yo, I got 2 timeouts the other day. If I get another, you're sending me your favorite common card sign. Yo, first of all, you don't get to fucking make edicts to me, right? That's the first thing. Secondly, even if this was you were trying to do some kind of contract here, you didn't use the right you're, like you are, right? So that wouldn't work. Thirdly, were you not fucking listening when I gave you those timeouts? Did you wander the fuck away and not listen to the explanation of the glory? I told you, you were the only one in history to get 2 timeouts, all right? So what that message actually says is, here's an extra super chat to thank you for those 2 timeouts. That's how that works. That's how that works. You got the only double back-to-back timeout, 2x timeout, all right? So if you think that when you got, it's like, yo, I was given this medal of glory, and if something else happens to me, then I'm entitled. No, you already got the good thing. You already got the good thing, and you're not appreciating it. It's like I gave you a banana sundae, and you're like, no, you don't do that. Come on, Shane. Come on. That's not the brand you want to represent here. Come on, Shane. Don't be a firebrand. Come on, Shane. Be a name brand, not a no-name. Come on, Shane. I'm gonna fucking change the 4th letter of your name to M. You keep this shit up. It is funny, though, because I remember after I gave you the double timeout in glory, and then you didn't say anything else in the stream, I was like, did he just leave? Because he's like, oh, if I can't type, I'm going to go have a sandwich or something. And then did he even hear about his glory? By the way, that stream's still up, so you can go back and see it on Hatcher. That's what I said. I'm like, this is left up so people can see your glory. And now, people will be able to see your shame. For the people who watch this shit, anybody who's watching the stream right now, who's watched the other one and has seen the tragedy of Shane, type shame, Shane. Shame, Shane, shame, 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 shame. Shame, shame. Type that into the comments and it will be there forever. This is now like the fucking Egyptian pyramids. Everything is forever. It is forever. Sanguinaris, you literally don't know what's going on right now. Well, neither do I. Does it look like I know what's going on? Sell, sell, sell! Blue Cats, you don't understand Lord of the Board. The only way you get Lord of the Board is by having the biggest money dick. Biggest money dick always wins. There is no other way. There's no out of acknowledgement for this. No. Out of acknowledgement for giving me the fattest moneyness. That's it. This is pay to win. You win the winniest way or you don't. Tubbs, get out of here. No one's selling their collections in here, you fucking vulture. Yo, vulture! Also, you better not have melted down those models that I gave you in a butt plug like you said you did. Or wait, was it me who said you did that? Whatever. What up, Roughneck? How you doing? Tira, not here. No, the instructions are not while you're in the stream. For people who watch the stream afterwards on the Hatcher channel. Come on. Now the shame you typed is for your own. That's you. You shamed yourself. Justin, what the hell is Mitaza? What the hell is what's Mitazo? Oh shit, like Tazo tea, bro. Yeah, Tazo tea is fucking legit. Like the Earl Grey? Fuck yeah, actually I had some earlier today. Get the hot water out there, do some fucking Dunkin' teabagging, watch the water change as the essence of the fucking teabag gets all in there. I'm down for it. That's good shit. Put your sugar in there. Ghostbeard, you can't make comments about getting out of a single Hatcher stream. First of all, this isn't... Actually, the most simple thing to say to you is, you don't come to all the fucking streams! You're here so infrequently to even mention being... What do you think, that I don't fucking pay attention to who's here? That I don't do fucking roll call? You know I do. You're gonna show up with like fucking months apart and go, can we get through every single... Bitch, you're lucky I remember who the fuck you are. You're gonna go every single live stream. Come on. Come on! What is this shit? What up, loco? Shame the live stream, shame shamers. There you go. Now we're getting into tongue twisters. Kanzuki, you were a Moxman streaming who was saying nice things about you guys. It was so confused. It's good to be on here. Moxman's a nice guy. But, like, I know the secret of the internet. If I treat you guys poorly, your self-esteem will be low. And then you'll give me money to feel better about yourself. And then I can use that money to, like, fucking buy mirrors. And I can stand in a room of mirrors looking at myself going, I did it! I did it! That's what it's all about. More damaged minds and more mirrors for me. Welcome to Hatcher's Hall of Mirrors! And I'm gonna fucking get all these weird funhouse mirrors that make your dick look really, really small. So you guys will think it's really, really small until it's too fucking late. And then I'm like, Scott, nah, it's really fat. And you're like, oh no, it's too close to my face already. That's right. You're getting bruised now. I'm leaving you something to go home to your mom with. Well, bam. Well, bam. Now get the fuck out of my Hall of Mirrors. That's it. I've said the plan now. Nobody can be fucking surprised when it happens. That's it. Coop, the timeout stuff was actually from, he won them on the wheel spins. That double timeout was, he won it. He won it. He won that shit. Then, just fucking chicken, lol. All right, buddy. Right? Is that what you're saying? Is that what you're saying? What a universe. I love the internet. Seth, yeah, right. I bet you would. The mirrors will draw you in like a fucking magpie. Like a bird. Like a bird. But yeah, Moxman's a nice guy. He'll say nice things about you. He'll be all nice to you because he is. He's a genuinely nice guy. I'm a fucking asshole. That's pretty established, isn't it? I'm a dick. I tell people to go fuck themselves. Look at Shane. Shane got double timed out, and then he came back and did another super chat, and he get hassled again. That's how I roll. That's my sign of friendship, is fucking talking shit and hassling you. I'm exceedingly polite to people that I hate. I'm like, I'll be very polite to you and talk to you as little as possible. Roasting people, fucking around them, is how I show love. That's why that shit was hilarious yesterday when it's like, you're mean to Carly and you yell at her. And it's like, oh, Carly is more than capable of standing up for herself if she's not happy with the way I'm treating her. I joke with her and say crazy shit. But anytime I think I've even slightly hurt her feelings, I feel so bad. And she gets annoyed at how like, are you okay? I am to her, because she's like, stop it. Sometimes I feel you care too much about me. So it's so funny. She is fucking tough. And won't put up with my bullshit. Sometimes I'm funny to her. Sometimes I'm annoying to her. But yeah, roasting people fucking around, that's what I do. There would be a riot if I took the time out and insults off the wheel, man. Quill, oh, that black mana aura? That's because I got cancer. I'm dying. Last night to tell me to get fucked, or that you love me, or fucking super chat me, or give me a thumbs down. Whatever you want to do, this is your last fucking chance. Love it or hate it. This is it. This is it. I promise you, by the end of this stream, you'll see me dead. Ghostbeard, Mox, yeah, I'd see, but like you'd be sad. You'd be sad if I did that. Everyone has a different experience, right? Imagine if Moxman shaved off his beard and told you to go fuck your mother. You'd be like, I don't like this. I'm uncomfortable. What happened? What happened? And you'd be like, we gotta get Moxman to the hospital. The tumor's pressing down on his brain. He's fucking chewing on the postman, bro. No smoke. Oh, that's how you do it. That's how it's done in nature, right? The dance. That's right, Shepard. That's why my bones hurt. Sutherland, oh, you quit and are completely out. All right. Oh, there's not that many people in your boat today. Well, I mean, not in this stream. I'm sure there's a bunch in real life. Yeah, McGarl, thanks, buddy. I'll take your love with me to hell. I'll lose. See, I'm not super polite to people I don't know. I'm super polite to people I don't like. People I don't know, I will say fucked up things to them. I will, the way that I am in the live stream, people are like, I can't believe I'm like this in person from the fucking get-go. I've walked, like, there was these, what was it, like, it was Skip the Dishes website or something like that. There was these chicks working for it. And I just walked into a restaurant where they were there. Clearly, they had been waiting to give their pitch to the guy. And I walked in and just started doing a Skip the Dishes pitch and started fucking around. Like, I'm not shy in front of people or whatever, and I will just treat them like friends to start with unless they give me a reason not to. So I'm not, like, overly polite until I know you, and then I start with the fuck jokes and whatever. Straight out, I'm like, what the fuck's up? Because that's me. That's me. Moxman has rabies. That's right. You're going to have to hold him down while we give him a needle shot in the butt. So you're going to have to slap his fucking, his firm. We'll probably have to hold him down for a while because you guys didn't know about this. But when you give somebody a rabies shot, you got to do it between their butt cheeks and you got to tan it first. So we're going to need a bunch of people to hold Moxman down. We're going to need 4 stout men to spread his cheeks. And then we're going to probably need a couple of those fucking things that you use in the mechanics. You know, when they wheel them under the car, we're going to have them on those so you guys can spin them around. I'm not going to be there because I don't want to see it, but I will explain to you guys how to do it. Oh, Mox, I'll text Moxman and say, Moxman, a bunch of my fans are coming to help you with your rabies. Hold on. You know, I'm gonna fucking text him right now. Yo, bro. I'm gonna make sure your rabies get taken care of. I got you, bro. Oh, I text him fucked up shit sometimes for my own amusement. Sometimes I just yell at him about his thumbnails. I go, what the fuck is this? What are you doing? Oh, that's funny. Angela, I know mechanics. See, we can group source this. It speed runs the introduction process. It does. I'm like a happy puppy. I'll just bound up to you friendly. You know, hey, if it turns out I do it wrong, then I do it wrong. What are you gonna do? David, who is Ray Bees? He's the guy who's responsible for poor Box Man. He might even be asleep. He might be too late for him now. On a fucking, it's Sunday night. It's Sunday night. I think he works early. He's gonna fucking look at that and be like, "What the fuck does this even mean?" But he's nice. He'll probably just respond back with like, "Lol, hope you're having a good day, buddy," because that's what he does. He is like relentlessly upbeat, like pseudo Ned Flanders level, right? Like not in terms of like full on. Like when we were hanging out, after he was hanging out with me for a bit, he started swearing, and it's like I'm a bad influence on Mox, man. I'm a bad influence on him, but we had fun. We had fun going to the Great Wolf together. And things might work out where we might go and get together again this year too. So that'd be cool. Because I like Mox, man. He's a good dude. He's a good dude. Yeah, that's right. That's right. No smoke. If I tell you to get fucked, we're good. Yeah, Murgo, I bet you Impervious Great Worm is probably your fake card. Fuck. I was going to make a joke about you being face down. Like all the face down cards in Magic. I'm going to pretend I'm a morph card for you, Imperious Great Worm. I'm going to get face down. Oh, that's funny. Sex with his rabies. He's not going to know what the fuck I was talking about. Oh. Habanero's witnessed it. Habanero's witnessed the politeness. What are you going to do? What are you going to do? The thing is, the way that I am, all the insults, the swearing, all of it, it's all friendliness, right? And once I don't want, why would I want to expend any of that friendliness to you? Why would I? No, it's fine. It's we live in a society and we can get along just fine. I am perfectly capable of interacting with people I despise, but I'll be damned if I'm going to give them any fucking enjoyment. I'm not going to spend any energy trying to entertain you at all. Why would I do that? Fuck you. You don't deserve it. You're part of the very small group of people that I actively refuse to entertain. Congratulations. There's not many of you. I love to entertain people and make people laugh so much that it's pretty hard. It's pretty hard to make me not want to fucking do that. Like, well, in person especially. But whatever. The internet, you can do it faster because it's harder to connect with people, so it's easier to disconnect with them, right? But also I don't get as worked up about it online as I used to. I used to be more ridiculous about it because I didn't have the proper perspective. Didn't realize how like throwaway everything is to people. It's like, oh, never mind. This isn't worth getting worked up about at all. Any fab talk on here? Fuck yeah, dude. I'm fab as shit. I am fabulous. But I'm guessing you mean flesh and blood. And I got good news for you, bro. I'm made out entirely of flesh and blood, son. 100% flesh and blood. So get excited. Get excited. I might also have a booster box of Historic and a bunch of fucking decks right behind me and a playmat too. Or I might be making that up. Who knows? Who knows? I talk a lot of shit. Yamagoro, yeah, the chump blockingness of the worm is a little bit. It's a little bit. What are you gonna do? Yeah, it's not. It's not. It's not perfect. But if they gave it trample out of the gates, it would probably be like way too powerful. Who even knows the Magic anymore? Who even knows? Lewis, you're getting your sorcery soon. Should you open it? Well, how are you gonna play it if you don't open it, buddy? I don't buy card games to invest in them or anything like that, so I'm the wrong dude to ask about that kind of shit. I couldn't tell you whether a new card game will take off and be worth money, what anything, or none of it, you know? Like, none of it. So, my answer to the question is, if you want to play the cards, open them. If you don't, why'd you order it? Right? It seems wild to me to buy like Kickstarters to be like speculating, but what the fuck do I know? I'm like, I do not like gambling. I don't like risking money and losing. It makes me feel really bad and stupid. I have a very low risk tolerance, and I feel like a complete fucking idiot when I lose. So I don't really gamble, really, at all. Maybe like on like a little scratch ticket on a level I can handle. Like I can handle losing this $5. You feel me? Nope, I don't know what the hell that means. Well, I guess if I don't know what it means, I'm not gonna fucking worry about it. Ghost Spirit. Normally, Mystic Remora on the underbelly of the channel. You like to lurk normally. Feeling spicy tonight. As we move from magic nihilism to absurdism, it feels like the right place to be. Fair enough? Fair enough, my man. Yeah, if you keep doubling down on the same color roulette, eventually you'll become rich. Yeah, if you have infinite money and the casino will let you keep going, which they won't, right? there's always a limit to that. If you have infinite money for the strategy, then you can become infinitely. You just need infinite money first. And a casino that hasn't already worked all the numbers and won't just go, no, you can't. You can't keep going or whatever the fuck it is. Kensuke, you kickstarted sorcery, but if you can sell it for 2 or 3 times what you paid, it might be worth it to sell it. I mean, that's can't fault you, right? And if you buy something and it's like you determine how much it's worth, it like is it worth it to have this to play versus that much money? Okay, whatever. Can I even buy it back cheaper later? There's lots of factors. I don't know. I don't know. But I mean, if you make it work, if you sell off your alpha and get more than enough money to get the beta, then just means you got to wait longer for your cards, right? Oh. Oh, all right, my friends. I gotta get going. Thanks for coming and hanging out. I told you I wasn't long for this world. This live stream will be popped up on the Hatcher channel. Actually, it'll probably be out in the next half an hour or so, I'm guessing. So, if you didn't see the whole thing, you can check it out over there and other live streams and stuff too, because I'm archiving them and doing live streams over there. But thanks for coming, and I died.